Hello everyone from Flosstube land. It's Marlene from Pastime Pieces in Blenheim, Ontario. Oh shoot. May 16th, 2022. And this is my third Flosstube. Um, yeah, it's beautiful weather and it was nice and sunny. Now I hear some thundering and stuff, and so I hope it's not too dark to see what's going on. I always feel like I'm going to be more organized the next time that I do a floss tube, and I know I should be looking over here. Um, but yeah, no matter how organized I feel like I've got everything in front of me, it just never turns out to be that way. So hopefully it's not too all over the place. Um, First of all, thank you so much for anybody that's seen my floss tube and liked and subscribed. Like everyone else says, it's always amazing. Yeah, like how many times when you look the number goes up, and that's fantastic. And thank you so much for yeah, taking your time out to watch mine, as there are all kinds out there. But yeah, hopefully I can give you a few tips and tricks. I do have a quilt shop that also specializes in wool applique and cross stitch. So I will show kind of intermixed, maybe some things at the end that we've gotten into the shop. And before I forget, there's Embroiderers Association seminar going on in Toronto this week, or Scarborough, which is just, yeah, the suburb of Toronto, where I will be a vendor on Wednesday. It's called Hues and Harmony. You can just look it up under that title and it gives you directions of where it is. There's going to be several vendors there, and we're only going to be vending from 5 o'clock till 8:30 at night. It's going to be crazy. I don't know why they didn't do the whole day thing, but I will, yeah, drive down there and set up. And yeah, hopefully I can see some of you or that are maybe in the Toronto area that can stop by and take a look. And I'm also interested, hopefully I get a little bit of time to kind of wander around and see what other people have as well, because it's anything to do with needlework. It's not just cross stitch. And they've been meeting all week. There's different classes that you could have taken, and yeah, speakers, and yeah, demos, all different kinds of things. So yeah, that would be interesting, and yeah, I kind of want to check that out to see if that's something I might want to do next year. So yeah, so oh yeah, I started talking about that because as I was getting ready, I realized that I have a lot of stuff packed away already. And so I was trying to scrounge through some of the containers, and I thought, no, I'm just going to show what I've got. So I have several fully finished projects this time. Some of them, I went to England for a couple of weeks to visit my daughter. So I had posted something that I started working on in the airport as we were waiting to board. And so I did work on it there, and I did get it completely finished. So it was, I don't know if that's too glary, Threadwork Primitives, Life's Sweetest Flower. So I made it into a little pouch, and I just was kind of looking for a project where I knew that I could finish it in a different way than just another pillow. So this was really cute. It was on 36, and I think I did it on flax. There's the pouch, and 36 count, and I used a variegated floss. Now I was trying to find in my weeks and in Classic Color Works something that had a fair amount of variegation so that it would show up, and I just couldn't find anything in a color that I liked. So this is Cosmo thread, and this is the number. The Crabapple Hill, a lot of her designs, she's a designer that does like hand embroidery and made them into quilts, and then she got into tinting with crayon and things like that. But she, a lot of her patterns called for Cosmo thread. And so there's a Cosmo where they're just solids, and then there's a Cosmo Seasons, which this is, where it's a variegated. So it actually, I'll see if I can show, but there you can kind of, it's like a teals and browns. So yeah, it turned out really nice, especially on this linen. And then just made into a little pouch. It has, it's lined. Just kind of, yeah, a little pouch thing. It has a little handle. So when you attach the handles to the side, I just thought, oh, it's kind of a raw edge kind of look there. So I added a little button on each side. And I thought about putting a decorative button here too, but so far I will just leave it like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed working on this, and it was, yeah, a fairly quick stitch. So, and it says friendship is life's sweetest flower. And then it has a year 1802. I don't know if that's just a year that's just put in there or if it replicates a reproduction. I don't know. But that was Threadwork's Primitive Life's Sweetest Flower. There's the pattern again. And I do have the pattern on the site. So that was one fully finish. The other thing I worked on when I was in England, just because I didn't know with lighting and everything else how that was going to go. So this was Kind Words by Primrose. And this is, I made it into a little pillow on 14 count white Aida, just with the call forward threads. And then it has some black pom-pom that I sewed in the trim. And I filled it with, lately I kind of like, I keep cutting my head off. Lately I like to stuff them with partly sawdust and partly crushed black walnut shells. I just kind of like that combination together a little bit. Just a tip, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, that when you're stuffing with sawdust and you get sawdust from somewhere, make sure that it is thoroughly dry. I kind of leave it on my heat furnace register and let it really dry out. The first pillow I stuffed, I did it with the sawdust that I had even laid out for a little bit, and it must have been a little bit damp, and it totally like soaked through the whole pillow. And Shelby had done one as well, and it even made the thread run. So be very careful if you're doing sawdust that it is thoroughly dry before you stuff it. Your tip of the day. So that was, yeah, the Kind Words by Primrose. Now she also has some other patterns that I'd like to do as the set. So there's Buzz, Be Nice, or Buzz Off. Just that was kind of cute too. That would be a nice companion pattern. And then the Hive Rules. I think there's some that are working on that, which is also kind of nice. The whole long little strip there. And then the ABCs, which is also really cute. Looks like they finished that one in a tray, which would be a really neat finish too. So that is some bee theme things. I just was kind of on the lookout for some bee decor to kind of go with it. And yeah, any other year you could get all kinds. And this year it seems that it switched over to lemons. So I could get all kinds of lemon decor, but yeah, I couldn't really find any cute bee stuff. So I'll keep looking. I'm sure there's stuff around there, but yeah, just to kind of make a little vignette of some bee things would be cute. Also, I had finished this before, Spring Fling. It almost looks kind of Eastery. Oops, this way. Eastery, but it's called Spring Fling. It's by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. Super cute. I think I maybe showed him a little bit as I was working on him, because my linen is Bo Peep pink, I think, but it's quite pale. So my rabbit didn't show up as much as I wanted to. So I did backstitch him in the thread, the same thread as I did the vines in, just to make him stand out a little bit more, but otherwise he is super cute. And I just framed him just in a, yeah, oh, I may have gotten this frame some, because yeah, I think it's a little bit of an odd size, and I think I happened to come across, oh yeah, that's what it was. I bought it from Michael's, and it had this really ugly looking chair thing in it, and I thought, oh, I can just pop that out and put this in. No, like it was glued solid in there, so I had to get an X-Acto knife, and my husband, we chopped away at it, and eventually I got it out of the frame, because it was the perfect size. So yeah, but there is spring fling. Oh my goodness, it's starting to storm, and I think I even hear some hail. We've had really warm weather here. It's been in the 80s, and whenever that happens, often then we get hail. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty wicked out there right now. So ooh, hopefully, we just got a lot of the crops put in, so hopefully it doesn't destroy the wheat or anything. Anyways, yeah, weather. So then next, oh, I was just going to show, I think I showed this one, the Fall on the Farm, and I just framed it in here, but then I saw Vonna Pfeifer's Flosstube, and she had an extra border, a really cool border, to go around all 9 of the designs. These are the designs so far. And I thought, oh shoot, I kind of want to do that too. So I may redo it and do it all in one piece, and then just put that really cool border around it. You can find it on her blog spot, I think. She mentions it a few different places, and as long as you mention that you've used her design, you get it for free. But these were some of the other designs. So that one was number 1, I believe. This is number 5. This is the one that just came out. It's a quilt block, so it goes in the center. This one's cute. This was number 2, I believe. Yeah, they're all just really nice fall pieces. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. These, yeah, me along with so many others. Oh, actually, these aren't too bad. They've got the zip tie, but the ones that have the sticky piece around the bottom, oh, I don't like those pattern bags, but hey, yeah, they might be cheaper. But yeah, if you like to do Fall on the Farm, I am getting, like, I have gotten all the patterns so far. We're just waiting on the last ones. And then, yeah, check out Vonna's Flosstube, and you'll see what she's doing there. What else? Oh, this one. So, yeah, I had posted that I got more of the Creation Martine Rigeade, some of her designs. I get them from France. So I got the Bunny in the Snow, which was a really popular one that I showed at Stitch North. And I did complete this one now, which is, I call it Carrot Flowers. It is Fleur de Carottes. So that is, I forgot to get the pattern. That was one of the ones that was packed away. So this is it's not fully finished yet, but there it is. I had mentioned before that I did my stems in the kind of charcoal gray rather than the white. I just found it wasn't showing up. And instead of French knots for the dots there, I use beads, just small pearl beads, and stitch them around. So he comes to about 8 by 10. So I'm trying to get it so it's not so glary. Boy, it is torrential rain. So yeah, to get him to fit into regular frame. But I had gotten this from a thrift store. and it's kind of an octagon-y kind of thing, but that is 8 by 10 in the middle there. So I might, yeah, just get some kind of paper and put it around, and then finish him off and put him in there. I think that actually might look pretty good. My lighting, ooh, it's getting bad here. So hopefully you can see it well enough. Otherwise, when I go back, I'll show it again the next time if it really doesn't show up very well. Okay, so that's not a fully finished, but it's, I forget what you call that, almost finished. And then what am I working on now? So some of my WIPS I'm working on. So one of them is Jeanette Douglas, chubby little bird. I think it's so cute. And this is on 40 count. I believe this is my first time that I've done something on 40 count. So I do have it in a little frame, little hoop thing. I stitch in hand, but when it's 40 count, just to kind of keep my spot each time. But I leave it loose so that I can still just stitch, but it keeps it, you know, stretched a little bit, that it makes it a little easier to find the holes. So yeah, I've got part of him done. He's a really quick stitch. I didn't have all the floss colors, so I just substituted something really close. I mean, when it's that tiny, you can't even hardly tell if it was variegated or not. So I just used some DMC and then just some other ones that I had. On the note of Jeanette Douglas, oh yeah, because I do have another fully finish from Jeanette Douglas design. So this one was Stitchy Spool. Just really cute, teeny tiny design. And it's meant to fit on this really cool spool. I'll turn it so you can see. Oh, I keep chopping my head off. And then, yeah, you just kind of put a couple buttons and you tie it, and then she's got a little antique pin there that I need to find and put on there. Now, the gentleman that made these spools and also made the little pin cushion stands that have little feet on it in the wood, and yeah, like they were, you know, very well done. He passed away. So, because earlier when I had tried to get a hold of Jeanette and ask, you know, if I could get some of the pin cushions and things, and then she said, oh my goodness, like he passed away. And so trying to find someone else that can do some woodwork. So yeah, if anyone knows of anyone that, you know, has a lathe, I think it's called, and yeah, I can make these little spools. The other spools that I did buy from Hobby Lobby or one of those, it will work too, but it doesn't have much of a lip here. So when you go to put this in here, it's just kind of flush. This is nice because it's just a little deeper to fit in snug here, and then you still got the spool look. Now these, when she was selling them, were over $40 just for the spool. So yeah, so they were pricey. So I'm gonna check around to see if, I used to do a lot of toll painting, so I think there might be some woodworkers that maybe could figure that out and be able to make some of those for me. So I got some more of these kits in because I had sold out before I even made it to Stitch North. So they are $23. Yep, 23. And it comes with the threads in there that she used. And, oops, and the little buttons and the ribbon that you use to tie the back with. So all of that is in the pattern for 23. And then you have to source your own spool for that. But these were her pin cushions. Now they don't have to be in this wood frame thing. They can also be in one of those tart pans too. And I have ordered those because that's where the chubby bird goes in. So she's got a place to source it on Amazon for the tart pan. So when I talked to her too, she said, you know, there's no reason you can't put it in a tart pan too. So these come with the fabric and the silk floss. So she had, when we were talking, said, this is a good opportunity for someone to try just a little bit of silk floss rather than invest in a skein of each. So this one just gives you a taste of what it's like to stitch with silk. So I haven't stitched with silk, so I would like to try that. So there's one for each season. So this is spring. Well, I really should. This is summer. This is winter. Winter is really pretty, and it's more. It's $28 more. It must have more thread in it. That's winter, and then this is fall. So each of them, come with the fabric and the floss. And I didn't check to see. It looks like 40 count, so it's probably like a 40 count linen that's in there. Not that you can't do it with Ada. She does have some specialty stitches sometimes in some of her projects. So which is always kind of fun to learn, and she's got usually a really good diagram that shows it, and so it's easy, because this one had this Nan stitch, I think it's called. Oh, I don't want to open it, but there's a little stitch that you do along the edge there to finish it off. I don't know if you can see, but it was super easy when you followed the directions. Okay, one other. Oh, I guess I got a few other things. A friend's sister had passed away and had started a cross stitch. So she had asked me if I would consider finishing it for her. So a good part of it's done already. So I said, sure, I'll give it a go. It's mostly a bit of background. So it's very pretty. It is, I'll just show you this part. There's no picture or anything, but you can still get the pattern, because I Googled it, and it's called Christmas Visit, Butternut Road by Marilyn. I bought one of these things at Nashville, and I thought, for Pete's sake, this way at least you can find out, where your glasses are. Marilyn Levitt emblem. So you still can get the pattern, and this is her. Oh, the lighting's really bad. Oh, here we go. She's got one of these gorgeous dresses. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Mirabilia, like with the shading and stuff. So all I got left is the face, and then it's kind of got a door frame background, and I'm just doing it in back stitch. And then there's some kind of iridescent little bush and stuff. Where is the bush? Oh, here. There's a little, and it's kind of has an iridescent look. So that is her. It is on, I don't know, it's very thick. It's a, very thick cloth. I have no idea what it is. If that was something that she likes stitching on, or if she, got it from somewhere specifically. It's very soft, so it's definitely has a nice feel and stuff to it. But I'm not familiar with that cloth. That's very pretty, so I want to finish that off at some point, and then she's getting it framed. She had mentioned that maybe she, would have framed it just unfinished like that and wrote a note, which also would have been kind of cool. But there really wasn't too much left to stitch. So we'll stitch that. My big mess down there. Okay, what am I working on? I'm working on Little House Needleworks. This I am going to take out, even though whenever I know when I was designing for wool and things too, and I design these growth charts, anything long and narrow is really hard to photograph and put on a cover, because in order to get the whole thing on here, you have to make the picture smaller. So this is Needlework ABC, you're not really going to be able to see it. So there's like a whole alphabet along here, and then it has different motifs. It's got a kind of a lady, a house, a basket of flowers. Super fun to stitch because it goes fairly quickly, and I love it. And so I'm stitching it on 36 count Confederate gray, which is the called for 32, 32 Confederate gray. 32 is my kind of my go-to, but 36 is okay too. So this is how much I've got done so far. So yeah, it goes fairly quickly because you just kind of do the alphabet all the way up the one side. And there is the kind of funky looking lady with a spool. And you can see, like, I'm a jumper. I like, I just start somewhere and it's, I can't stick with it. Like, you would think, like, okay, just stick with the alphabet and then stick with the border on the other side and then go and do the rest. No, I gotta, oh, I'm gonna jump, go do the lady. Oh, I'm gonna do the house. I'm gonna do the flowers here. Oh, I'll do some lettering there. I don't know, I can't stick with one spot. I am changing some of the colors because this house was supposed to be like a creamy, yeah, what color was it? Pebble Beach? No, antique lace. And I even had to change this to Uchra just because it just wasn't showing up on this fabric. And then I thought, oh, just to add a bit of color because it's just going to kind of fade in a bit, that I'm changing the house to whiskey, Weeks whiskey. And then I think this was supposed to be Calico Kitty. I didn't have that, so I just changed that to Cherry Cobbler. And actually it's more red than what it's showing there. But super fun. It's just long and narrow. I thought, okay, I just want to check to see how others have finished it. And Priscilla had come up from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and she had finished it on a thin shutter. And so that looked really nice. So I'm on the lookout for a little shutter that I can mount that on. So I'm working on that. Oh, see, I told you I'm jumping all around. This was a pattern I had picked up at Nashville. It's Under the Garden Moon. She has quilt patterns and then, you know, some wool applique. This is called the Littles. I had showed the last time this pin cushion that had the wool, and I just kitted some more. I'm just waiting on the patterns. And so this is the same designer. So these are these the Littles are called. And so what they are these little needle books. So it's got a little bit of wool on the outside, and then it has a piece of wool here that you can store your needles. And then just beaded around the edge, which just gives it a really cool little design. I am just, yeah, chopping my head off today. So that was one of the designs. This is another one. So of course they all show them as American. So I changed the flag, which was just easy enough to do. I just kind of embroidered a few little stick things to make it look like a maple leaf, and change that to a Canadian flag. And again, it just has a piece of wool on the inside and some silver kind of metallic beads around the outside. So that is one, and then this one was just a cute little spring one with a little bunny and a little flower, and then it just has a cream color linen. I think she had the beads go all the way around the outside. I just put them on the front. I didn't think I needed to put them all the way around. But yeah, he's so cute. And of course, sheep are always super cute, and so this is the other one. And I just have a little piece of bluey gray wool in there with some yellow beads. I am kitting these, and I didn't realize, and I'm getting an order from her for more patterns. I thought I had grabbed a lot when I was at Nashville of the patterns, and I only grabbed 5, so I will have to put in another order to get some more of those patterns. So I am kitting it, but I'm not kitting it with the beads. It's just too hard to know how many beads to put in depending on how close you put them together. So I just went on Amazon and just bought a case, and it's got every color you could think of, and I think it was $19, so it wasn't that expensive. And any other embellishments that you want to do and stuff, you know, then I've got all kinds of beads there. So I, you know, I'm going to kit as far as the little bits of wool and the fabric. I just won't be putting any of the beads embellishment, and you don't have to do that. You could put French knots around the edge. You could just leave it plain. You can do all kinds of things. So that was called The Littles by Under the Garden Moon. And yeah, super cute. She's got some other cute patterns, but I just want to make it up into a sample first. I think it always shows better that way. All right, so as far as in the shop, yeah, we got all of the patterns that up to this point of the cottage garden sampling. So the bear just came out. See, oh, he's so cute. And we've got the fox. I'm sure everybody's seen these patterns, and the ferret. The rabbit. Raccoon. And the swans. So yeah, lots of cute patterns there. What am I going to work on? One thing that I like to work on, way back when I was in high school, I mean, we did all kinds of jobs, and one of my jobs during the summer was to pick strawberries. And since it was kind of the rest of my siblings weren't out of school yet, I went with my mom, and we did that just to make a little extra money. And that is where I met my future husband. Yeah, we were both picking strawberries and stuff, and kind of noticed each other, and didn't really say too much then. My parents knew his parents, and so yeah, we kind of ran into each other again a few years later, and started dating and married, and we've been married almost, it'll be 41 years in June. So I thought, oh, it might be kind of cool to do something to do with strawberries. So I picked up this one. I know lots of people have done this one, Strawberry Fields Forever, but it's just kind of fitting for our, you know, how we met and stuff. And we always, you know, when people ask where'd you meet, we said, oh, we met in a strawberry field. So yeah, this is by Blackbird Designs. So yeah, I would like to kit this up and start that at some point. There's lots of other really cute strawberry designs, so I might pull those out too and kind of make my final decision, but I've always really liked this one. So that is kind of on the radar. Oh, I meant to get the, I want to do, and I thought I had it, but I picked up the key one. The scissor one I was going to do of the Shakespeare's Peddler antique scissors. This one is the keys. Very popular pattern. She's got one for bunnies and cats and ones that have just come out. But I like I like to do the scissor ones. I have a real glare now coming through the window. I'm sorry, the lighting's just, yeah. I'm going to pull these out. Somebody had asked if I was getting any Blackberry Lane designs, and so when I looked, I thought, oh, they are really cute. So this is Carrots for You. But he is, yeah, really sweet. So that was one. This is, he's kind of hard to see, but I'll show this one. This one is called Baby. It's cold outside, but yeah, cute little robin or bluebird or whatever. So it's maybe it's cold outside. But yeah, cute little ornament. He is done on 14 count, so not too bad that way, or 32 count storm by Picture This Plus. I'm going to be putting in an order. Shelby had mentioned that she had read that they were starting to ship again, so I got to get my order in because I know they said it wasn't going to be till September or whatever till they were back to shipping, but I'm going to, yeah, check that out and get my order in. Oh yeah, the quilt behind me. A really cool quilt. It was the Quick Curve Ruler, if anyone's familiar with that. It's so kind of wonderful. They have designed this ruler, and yeah, it does all kinds of really cool patterns using this ruler that has just a gentle enough of a curve that's very easy to sew. And then you do trimming in that, so it usually always works out. They've got several patterns that they've designed using that ruler. Then they came up with a mini quick curve ruler, and that's what this is made out of. This is the book that it came out of. Mini Wonderful Curves. And so it's 24 different colors that kind of range going around into a rainbow effect. And then I think we kitted it like with 7 or so gray different backgrounds. And that's what you, yeah, make up the background. I wish let me try this. I don't know. I have a quilter that did an amazing job. I don't know. This is probably not going to work, but yeah, and I don't know how to edit. So, but she did a really cool job at quilting it. That it's amazing. So it's kind of a nice little wall hanging, has lots of color. But yeah, that was kind of a quilt that I was going through my closet, came across and thought, oh, I'll hang that one up. This is one that we're going to be doing in the shop. I'm just waiting on the background fabric to come in. This is One Sister and Time for All Seasons. Now this one is just going to be cotton machine applique. You could put some of that into wool, some of those pieces. But I had a customer ask if I would kit it, and so I may do it as a block of the month, or I may just do it as a complete kit. But it is very cute. It's a fabric line that she's just coming out. Time well spent, I think. But then there's all, like, each section is kind of a project on its own. So if you didn't want to do the quilt, there's a table runner and some table toppers and wall hangings. And then that's what the quilt is. It's just made up of all these different sections, which is kind of neat that way too. So watch for that on the website because that will be coming up. The other thing, oh, here it is. So this one's by Blackbird Designs. It's called Midnight Watch, and it's kind of a fall theme, but I'd like to do this because I really want to do this quilt, which is taken from the same design. Well, pretty close, slightly different, but I just think that is just a really cool fall pattern, and so it would be nice to do those as yeah, complementary beside each other, one in cross stitch and one in a quilt. So that is on my to-do list at some point. What else? Just some other fall. This was I thought a really nice, it's called The Lord's Blessing for Harvest. A really neat design. I got in Shakespeare Peddler's Red Letter Day. So if anyone's interested in that book, I got that. And then some Barbara Anna designs. I'll show you, there was one that, because we do wool applique and carry a lot of the Japanesey type fabrics, I love this, the finish. They've got the kind of the taupey fabrics back here. They did a little bit of wool pennies, and then it's cross stitch there. So I hope to do this as a sample, and yeah, I think it's gonna look like amazing. So then that's a Barbara Anna design called Midnight Menu, which is midnight, I think, but I think I kind of hyphenate the two words because there's a lot of designs that are called Midnight. So that was one. This one was called Spellville, so just another fall on. Her creativity is just unreal. Yeah, just her designs are just really unique. I can't say, like, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's not really my style, but the more I look at it, the more I love them. So, and I really like this one too. Dreaming Miss Claus. It's just her, yeah, her creativity is just, yeah, unreal. She just came out with a new one, Under the Sea, something along that line. This one is Garden of Dreams. I think Mama Loves You GB did that one. Spring Heart. And Dreaming Frida. But just the hair, the face, and then just everything that happens. Like, there's so much going on in those designs. So yeah, those are some things that I'm working on. Just got in a bunch of linen, or not linen, Aida. So 14, 16, and 18 count Aida. So check out the site if you're an Aida stitcher. So got stocked up on some of that. Got an order into Fox and Rabbit too. So I think they've sort of moved into their new facility. So they're hoping to be able to get more linen out quicker. So I've ordered some linens from them. I do have some on the site. Barb's Blend by R&R, was able to get some of that. 36 count. So that is in the shop. Otherwise, yeah, anything that you're interested in and you don't have trouble finding or whatever, just let me know, and I'm sure I could find it somewhere or try and get it for you anyway. But yeah, otherwise, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully I will get back to you soon and kind of show you my progress on some of the things that I'd like to stitch and anything new that comes along. Okay, until next time, thanks, bye.